the traditional grip has a whole other thing going on. And although there are some similarities, like Martinez pointed out, that in the left, you know, because we do want to feel this. We never go that. That was Freddie Gruber, by the way. You know, he was over at my house more than a couple of times, and he had everyone standing around, and of course he chose my lovely lady Charlotte to be his student, and who would blame him? But and so, you know, he would go, see, it's like the right, and he like start to fall over. But we do want to feel, and there are different ways to get to this, right? And I'm not going to, you know, you mentioned that you started playing with traditional grip, and that you feel as though you have a better singles in traditional than you do in your match. It's fascinating, isn't it? Right. And so we do get to this position. We can get there different ways. And you'll notice that very similar, isn't it? That's where it's similar. Right? But in terms of rotating, there's stuff that happens in the left that is different than the right, which always kind of bugged me, because I thought it was the match grip, you know, on the side. So why should they? But they are different, because as you see, if you watch Murray Spivak's video with Louis Belson carefully, you'll see that Murray's like up in the air shouting, and his hand is like really open. I showed you this once. Now, the mistake is, oh, well, that's how the right must be. No, it's not. It's not. So you feel in the left, for traditional guys, in the left, what was that? In the left, we really start to feel, not so much for singles, but when you get into doubles, you see, if you don't allow the hand to open up, you're cutting off half of the rotation, or a bunch of the rotation. You can only go up to here.
Yeah, that is true.
That's it. But what we learned is that, see, now the stick is free. We can get some height. Right? And then on the way down, the whole thing reverses and closes.
Ah, okay.
It reverses. Now, for doubles, when you get to the back to parallel, see, this is why parallel is so important. You won't know how the hand would work if you don't know where the floor is, because the hand has to come back to the position it was in at the floor. And then when you get here, then there's this part. It's like, oh boy. So, and then the hand closes back to the floor. Right? So there's this whole other thing going on. So we're this, and then we're back at the floor in that position, and then it goes to here, and then it comes back to the floor, and it's doing this over and over.
But it's a bit the analogy also of the squeeze and release in a way, kind of.
No.
Also,
no, it's not. Don't think that way. But what it is it's good common sense. How are you ever going to match the height of turn in the right if you can only go up this high in the left, because you don't allow the stick to come up?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's happening with in matched, this technique doesn't do this. We don't. A lot of techniques do, right? You know, that's that free stroke thing. which seems like, is that like the traditional? It's not. Based on what I believe. So the traditional, you're just holding the stick and turning your wrist. Now on the left, to simplify everything, Dick Wilson would say, just learn to rotate, and he'd grab you right here by the middle finger. And you better rotate, or that's going to hurt. And he would rotate, kind of like turning a doorknob, right? And we're learning that. And so there's a rotation that can become what feels like, I mean, down here, once we're here, that starts to feel like a wrist turn. This is where the traditional can be quite interesting. Okay, so what we're doing in the right is, because you made mention of the fact that you have been paying a lot of attention to your left, trying to uncover what it is that is perhaps keeping you from going faster and maybe matching the speed of your right, even though I've often said that sometimes your right would be better than your left, right? Okay, but you have a certain sensation that it doesn't feel pure or true or whatever it is. So you were saying, I'm really starting to notice. I use my fingers sometimes. I'm really looking in the mirror and noticing I'm using my arm. Yep. So it's not a pure wrister. So it's really important that we continue on this path of discovering what is a true wrister. I have the feeling, when I turn my wrist, I have the feeling like it would go all the way down. Both sides. It would go all the way down. Join me now. Join me just for fun. It would go all the way down. You're not. I think you used your arm right there. You went right. So how does it work? Let's see. It would go all the way down. No, so you're using your arm. My arm didn't go down like that. Your arm ended up down here. Ah. Come on, that's it. See, you need both sides of it. That's a Martinez thing. Both sides of the turn. Also, both sides of the throw. Okay, but maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. So what we're looking at, because the throw, once you get the feeling of this wrist turn, the throw becomes this little bend, and then you feel the turning of the wrist. Until you feel a pure wrist turn, your throw won't really be happening.
Absolutely makes sense.
Right? Because it's all a wrist turn. So that was really good insight. I don't think I'm really turning my... Yes, correct. So stay with me now.
I am staying.
Okay. So what we're feeling is we have the three-finger grip, and that's going to become really important with regards to turning your wrist as you go along. Because until you feel this, it'll get in the way of you being able to turn your wrist with more speed. Okay, so we're turning the wrist. I'm not pumping from the elbow. The anti-cubical fossa stays relaxed. And we get this side and this side. This side and this side. This side and this side. With the three-finger grip, these other fingers, they're hanging out, and at slower tempos, it's not as crucial, perhaps. Now, notice my speed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I don't like your thumb feels a little weak. See, you see? You won't be able to get up to speed if you're doing this with your thumb. Don't worry. You need Of the three fingers, it's the thumb that makes the most contact with the stick. More of the skin with regards to the thumb relative to the first finger and middle finger is touching the stick, is on the stick. You got to feel that. This is all you got now. You're going to be playing in front of 15,000 people. And if you can get away, if you understand this well enough, you'll be able to do it. You won't be able to do it like this. I don't think so. You don't have enough skin in the game. Right. All right. So we really want this three-finger grip with the thumb sending energy in between the first finger and second finger. Richard Martinez calls the thumb a keystone. You know what a keystone is?
The pillar, I guess.
Pardon?
The pillar? Foundation?
I remember being a very young kid, and my Welsh grandfather pointed it out to me in front of a very large fireplace, floor to ceiling, with the flag, like the flagstone went way up, and a very large, what do they call it, a hearth, or very large opening. And he said, Kevin, you see, all the rocks seem not in any necessarily particular position, except for one. He said it's right in the center, right where the opening to the fireplace comes up. And right there at the top was a keystone that held the entire fireplace in a sense. Without that keystone, it's very important, I guess, architecturally, right? Quite interesting. You might want to Google it, okay? And so this thumb, like that keystone. Without that, you don't have a fireplace, right? See? That's a very important aspect of this three-finger grip. Okay, so now we've improved your grip, okay. And we have the feeling of evenness in terms of, because you were doing something like up and then down, something like that, up and then down, or you're going up slowly, up and then down. So we don't want that. We just want to wave bye-bye. And when a little kid, a toddler, goes bye-bye, they're not going bye, bye. I don't think so. They're just going bye-bye because they have no knowledge of the smaller muscle activity that goes on. They can feel, but they can feel this. They can feel the bigger muscles at that point. Don't go using your arm on the way up. Right? Okay, so here's where we're going next, because we're not giving up on this singles thing.
No.
All right, so we have the grip to consider. We have the timing of the wrist turn, and then we have the idea that there are both sides to it, and that it's going to come all the way down without using the arm. Whatever the arm does, there's some kind of counterbalance, but you wouldn't even know it's happening. Okay, now go ahead.
Someone goes up, man. That's when I want to pinch it, man. I'm feeling it. It's when it actually goes up that I have the tendency to do this, man. You know, it's mostly when it goes up, man.
Well, if we're doing this in what is an isolated kind of experiment, wow, I mean, I feel that thumb on the side of the stick all the way. It just, I feel it all the way. It doesn't want to do this at any time. Yeah, I want to feel. Remember, Carlos would make an indentation, he'd squeeze real tight, which we're not doing when we play. But, and I guess this Murray showed him this. He squeezes real tight and he gets an indentation in his thumb. Go ahead and do that for fun. Create that Carlos indentation.
No indentation comes. That
Okay, so if you can imagine an indentation there, it's like a groove for the thumb. It's a groove for the stick to lie in or lay in, and therefore it makes it easy to imagine the thumb as a keystone. See, the thumb has to be like that. Don't go sideways, go straight up. Okay, so that's cool. We'll continue to pick away at this, but
it's also the other thing is like how much of a rotation the hand has.
well, what we're trying to do is keep. When we go to play the drum set, we'll be in half turned over. We'll be in French over here on a cymbal. But what Dick would say is that when you look down, you shouldn't be able to see the bottom corner of your thumbnail where you're two half turned over. There, that's it. Trust Dick on that. You don't want to be able to see. You want to, there you go. And you're going to turn. And remember, the wrist is a fulcrum.
No.
That's when Modern Drummer kind of freaked out, and I got a call. They said, what do you mean the wrist is? Because everyone talks about the fulcrum in the hand. They thought it was wrong, and I explained that it's like a drawbridge.
Yeah,
It's like a drawbridge, right? And immediately, oh, I see. They got that. Okay. But what I'm trying to get to here, see, if all these parts aren't in place, you won't be able to feel what it is I'm trying to get you to, which was the first thing you did, aside from the grip, the thumb wants to pinch and all that stuff. What I wanted you to feel was the timing of a turn, and that it feels as though you would go all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Go and do that again. Let's feel that in your left. Three fingers, simple grip. You don't pinch. You don't go down faster. You just went down faster. Up.
Well, it collapses the whole thing, right? It's gravity.
No, we're not using gravity right now. We're turning at the same speed. That's good. Think it. We're turning. And it's as if there's no surface. Remember, that was feedback too. It just happens that there's a surface there. That kind of thing. Okay. So, but you won't be able to go that far down because there's a surface which will interrupt the radius of the turn. But we know, or I feel as though it would go down if there wasn't a surface to interrupt that radius of turn. Okay, now that you've got that idea, what? So we're trying to feel that. I feel, oh my God, it would go further. Three finger grip, other fingers are just hanging out. But it would go all the way down. Up, down, but now it's up, down, up, because this gets in the way. But I know that it would want to do that.
I say, yeah.
Feel that? Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Timing. Don't go up slower. No, don't interrupt it. Follow. That's the follow through. There's your follow through. Follow through kind of gets interrupted by the pat. Go and keep the timing. Don't. It's just a very simple thing, man. This is so simple. This is, you know, as adults, and we've been playing all kinds of different ways. People telling you all kinds of different things. That's not too bad. We don't want it to. We go down not by pushing the forearm down, and we go up by not lifting the forearm up. It stays fairly flat. Yeah, that's really good. Now go a little faster. Just hold on to that grip. We're not using the free stroke thing. There's no bounce. We like playing on a pillow. Which is why that pad that we were talking about earlier, the one that you gifted me, which is very cool, the one that has 2 different levels of rebound, can be very helpful because now you can't cheat and use the rebound to get some momentum going the other way. It's just either it's up and down from the wrist or it's not. So go faster. 1 and 2 and go ahead and say 1 and 2 and as you do that.
1
Just the timing of what you're saying.
and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and
Now go faster.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
A little faster.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
Now that kind of essential feeling, just put that on the surface and see what happens. You won't be able to turn down as better, isn't it? Look how solid that sounds. There. That's better. That's all it really is, Raf. Okay, now it will change as we go faster and faster. There's some things that at a certain point when we get there, you'll want to know about. So I thought that I had a couple of different ideas about, because we got to keep working on your singles. You got to keep working on doubles, roll strokes, strokes, reading. Okay. So I pulled up, wait for it. Are you sitting?
Oh my God, here we go. No,
Not
again.
Well, but you see, it didn't have the same meaning for you because you weren't bringing this level of concentration and understanding to it, right? So this is real simple stuff. And we can find a bunch of different. I've got all kinds of wrist turn exercises from Dick, you know. So but this one is kind of interesting and sophisticated. And so, see, all we're doing is, and this was really originally written for the feet. Which is, I don't think you've ever taken a foot lesson, Ralph. This is for the feet, and the feet will give you insight with regards to how the hands work as well. Okay, so all we're doing is playing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then playing quarter note triplets. Right, and you know I've modified this because what Dick does is he has you. I don't remember whether it's. Start with the right foot. 1. You can't see, but I'm not lifting like this. I'm pronating. I'm making a motion from the ankle. Right? So it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other foot starts to play quarter note triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and now the left foot becomes a new quarter note. 1, 2. Remember, it was 1 and but now it's 1, 2, 3. Now the right's going to play quarter note triplets. 1 and it's a little faster now, isn't it? 1 and 2. Now this becomes a new quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and now this becomes a new quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and and so it's a very cool exercise. For feet, one hand against the other. But we can use this, so I've morphed this into an exercise for both hands for your singles. What's happening? So, metronome on at 40, right? Here. Let's see what this looks like. 1, 2, there it is. 3, see, 4, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See my forearm? Kind of looks like it did when I did this. hopefully, on this hand and structure isn't as educated in terms of muscle memory as I've been traditional, but we could do a traditional. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1 and 2 and 3 and there it is. 4 and 1 and now this is going to become the new quarter note. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, I blew it. 1 and da 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 da. 1, 2 becomes the new quarter note. 4. Now we're going to play quarter note triplets based on this speed. 1 and 2 and there it is. There's the same thing I was telling you about. 1 and 2. Now this is going to become the new quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're going to play triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is a new quarter note now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a speed. 1 and 2. This is a new quarter note. You see now, it still looks like what I was telling you, doesn't it? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 1, 2, new quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it still works. 3-finger grip. Then it goes back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2. This is the new quarter note, so we're going to play triplets. 1, 2, and now 1, 2, we're back. 3, 4. Okay? So it's not boring. It's cool. Great if you can keep your feet going. But what's important is that you start to get in touch with this turn in the script. Because that's all it is. So try. Put the metronome on at 40 and see if you can play this.
With those exercises, they're obviously cool, but I feel because I have to think about the tempo, and I'm not really like focusing on the motion itself.
That's true, and that's why Murray Spivak didn't like. He wasn't about writing things that were modern.
Yeah.
However, what this does do is, first of all, it frees you up from polarizing the one all the time. It really helps your time.
No doubt. No doubt, I get that. But
yeah, and that's huge. The other thing is this, in a sense, it kind of represents the challenge of actually playing in a live situation, right? You work on this technique, and you're going to think, and you can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, da 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 da. It's in very simple terms without, and then suddenly you're on the gig, and now you have to think about the music, and the hands go to who knows where, right? So in a sense, this is splitting your mind in that way. Well, you can't just sit there thinking about it, just like on a gig. Okay, so it brings that into your development. Go ahead, apex of the apotheosis. And by the way, this is the simplest damn ass stuff. It's quarter notes and quarter note triplets.
Hey,
come on, you know. So this gives you a way to change the speed. We're looking for ways to, instead of going to your metronome and going, I'll move it up 2 clicks, which is totally cool, by the way. This is another way to change speed without having to stop what you're doing and go to the metronome.
One
Out of the floor on the left.
And 3 and
No. It's just 1 2, 3 with the metronome, with that kind of similar wrist turn that we worked on with the stick not making contact with the pad. Now, you see, you have all the time in the world to think. You're in Murray Spivak land right now. You're playing quarter notes to a quarter note click. So you get to think about your grip, your pinchy thumb. You get to discover whether you're pushing your arm down or if you're just turning. You get to think about the speed of your turn. 1 and 2 and 3, and there it is. Go ahead and count. 1 and 2. It's so slow. You could count one hand.
3.
And 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. See, there's that speed. That's however you want to count it.
The 1 and the 2 and the.
No, not there. Oh, you're jumping ahead. I just want you to. Yeah, I think you understand what's going on, but we're just playing quarters, and you've lost the height of turn. Both hands have to turn to the same height. And that hand didn't turn as high. The right. Left didn't turn as high. There, looks okay right now. Are you feeling that idea of if the pad wasn't there that you'd keep on turning? Feel both sides of the turn? Up and then down. Up and then down. It would go all the way down. And it's almost as if there is a little bit of that other side of it because you have to move through parallel to get to it. So it's as if parallel would be where you don't feel the idea of being able to continue your journey. So you get past parallel, and there you have that other part of it, which is part of the turn down. Come on, don't lose your height of turn. It's just that, and just kind of copy me as well. It's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'm giving it. I've got a nice big. I've got a fairly big turn. Okay, so, and we could do this. I think when Dick had us play this with the feet, he wouldn't even use a metronome. So maybe you just want to use the metronome to get started, because that will bog you down. Having to make sure we're gonna play by feel. You don't get to. This is what you started to feel last time. It's not like you're trying to get that stick to go down. We're not using gravity, we're using a turn. And there's a smoothness and a similarity to the speed of the up and the down. Up and the down. Up and the down. So see, look, it's as if if you were to put a surface up here, up, down. See, I'm not just trying to go up. Maybe I'm not just trying to go down. See, this proves, or it could be here. See, one side doesn't get preferential treatment. You have to have both sides of the turn. Both sides of the turn. That's one way of doing it. That's not quite what I was doing. I was getting both sides. Okay. Yeah. Buddy Ritz. Stuff like that, right? Old school jazz stuff.
Even just doing this is hard for me.
Right, because you don't have both sides of the turn. Because you're not turning like you've discovered. See, that's good. Yeah. See? As fast as you can do that is about as fast as you can turn. You have to get both sides. You can't cheat. If all you do is lift it up and go down or let it bounce and always pushing down, then it's not a pure wrist turn in the sense of this technique. Good. Okay. Now, so go for it. We're just playing the quarter notes. We're playing them. You need the metronome just to get started.
Yeah.
Good. You're turning a little higher now. Good. Now turn that in. I need you to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
And 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And
Make that your new quarter note.
And 3.
No, now you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
No, just 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a new quarter note. Keep the same speed. 3. The quarter notes are just counted 1, 2, 3, 4, like you started.
Oh.
It's as though we're just starting again, only the whole thing's a little faster.
1, 2, 3.
You don't need to pull with your fingers. We're not doing the free stroke, opening up the hand. You're in matched right now. We're not playing traditional, where we get some form of this.
3, 4, 1.
Don't lose your height of turn. Now you have all the time in the world to turn this into really what is a Murray Spivak exercise, right? You're just turning for quarter notes again. 1, 2, 3. Now turn that into start to count. That's your new quarter note. Now you're going to play quarter note triplets.
And 2. And
for you, I can see right away you want to go down, down, down. You lost that feeling just because it got a little faster.
2 and 3.
I think you're pulling with your fingers and you're right. You don't. You don't need to let the fingers splay out. You'll spoil it.
3 and 4 and
Okay, turn that into the new quarter note.
3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't start to don't let the new counting change your approach to turning up at the same speed as you're turning down.
4, 1,
Nothing changes. You're just maintaining your grip and turning a little faster.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Try not to push down with the arms. We're not trying not to
2,
only play down.
1, 2, 3,
Turn that into quarter note triplets.
4, 1 and 3 and 4.
Don't change your approach. Feel both sides. You shouldn't turn
1 and
any less high than you were. And you should have that feeling of it would continue to travel through 1 and 1 and 2 and 1 and and just for fun. I'm making this stuff up.
1 and 2.
Here in the air. Here in the air. Not making throws. The right kind of sometimes seems to almost want to throw. See, your left is gonna match or outplay the right at a certain point, perhaps. Okay, now put that back on the surface. That's all it is.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
No, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's all we're doing, right?
1 and that 2 and that 3 and that 4 and that 1 and that 2 and that 3 and that 4 1 and that
3 and that 4 and a 1 and that 2 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn this into quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how easy it just goes plop, 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 plop. 1, 2, 3. Count quarter notes.
2, 3, 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4
1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and turn it into quarter triplets. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. Do it in the air. Do it in the air.
and that 4 and that 1 and that 2 and that 3 and that 4 and that 1 and that
That's
2.
all it is. Put it on the surface.
That 2 and that 3 and that 4 and that 1
A 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter note. Quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Don't lose your height of turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3
No,
4
no, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the
that 2 and the 3 and that 4 and the 1 and that 2 and the 3 and that 4 and the 1 and that 2 and the 3 and that 4
in the air.
and the 3 and that 4 and the 1 and that 2.
There's no, it's like there's no, maybe you could use fingers. There's no fingers. Just the script. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I can go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and the 3 and yeah, 1 and the 2. What? 1 and the 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3 and the 4 and 1 and the 2.
I lost my grip.
Okay. So that's your breaking point. Right there. Right? And that's what I intended to do. Find your breaking point. But you're up there. I mean, I wasn't sure if I could do it. Like, I had to provide that caveat. You know? Okay, so now we're here. 1 and 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 1 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. What? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now it's a new quarter note. 1 and a, now we're down to quarter note triplets, half the speed. Slower. Or quarter note triplets relative to quarter notes. 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3. See, you do have to think. I have to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a. Do you know how to get back? You get back? Just show me. So we're here now playing 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a.
3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 3 and the hold on. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4.
Now say quarter notes.
Sorry. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4.
Okay, now play quarter note triplets. In the other face. Slower.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and
Don't lose your height of turn.
2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4.
Quarter note triplets.
The 2 and the 3 and the 4.
Don't lose your height of turn. Turn higher, Raf. You lost your experiment. There you go. Don't start throwing your fingers open because you're turning higher. Just turn.
And 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2
No triplets.
3 4 1 and that 2 and the 1
Quarter notes.
3 and the 4 and the 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 and
Quarter note triplets. 1 and a 2 and 3. Sometimes slow is harder than fast. Okay, quarter notes.
1 2
You're
3.
back to where you started. It's good, Raf. Good. Yeah. Okay. We're just going to do that. That's muscle memory. That's air drumming, which is helping. Good. And I think I can help you get faster. But one thing at a time. You need to get this. You know?
Yeah, I 100%, because I don't think it's necessarily the speed. It's just the speed is what reveals the problem, but the problem is just there. This is just the issue I need to fix. I just need to learn how to turn my wrist. That's basically it. I mean, and you know, the other fascinating thing that I also noticed, even like doing rim shots, obviously because I'm playing in a rock band, right? Like sometimes the rim shots kind of go more here, like kind of this type of thing. Sometimes they kind of go quite straight. They're just not consistent. That's the point. Right? I can't get the hand to be consistent. That's
very good insight on your part.
It's just
right. It until you really learn, for instance, what a wrist turn is, how can it be consistent? Until you really start to feel it.
That's it.
Okay. Very good. Noticing is the whole deal. A huge part of it.
Well, it doesn't fix it, but at least I know.
Now, we had that. We had that chart that I gave you, which I thought was kind of cool, where I'd have you playing. I want to talk about rebounds, right? Well, we're doing something like 1, 2, 3, playing. Here's the wrist turn again. Here's see this is here. So I have you playing 16th notes and turning that into doubles. We're using that modulation chart, which is really the modulation chart in the is it accents and rebounds, or is it Morello? I can't remember. I'll have to look. Doesn't matter. It's this. So right. So we're playing 16th notes with this feeling. Okay, and then we're going to go to 5. Establish the single wrist turn first before you go to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 5 over 2. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Then back to singles. To 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're playing doubles. Could get its rebound here. It's slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We play wrist or rebound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 over 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. So the click, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be on the second rebound, which strengthens second read. Right? That's the note that you don't want to disappear. But we don't want to be pulling for it to try to make it strong. Those guys do that too. Okay? This technique, and we can, but you should be able to get them even without doing that. Because that happens naturally anyway. Okay, this is a cool exercise. So, metronome on a 40, this time we're keeping the metronome on. And we're going to notice, because we want to get the fulcrum happening in the hand, right? We have the consideration of the wrist fulcrum, but what about the fulcrum in the hand? If the wrist fulcrum isn't happening, the fulcrum in the hand it can't happen. The two have to work together. Now just do that in the air. Just do that in the air. Good. I'm not sure your right hand really looked like that. Okay, put that on the surface. There you go. Now you're going to turn that into doubles, probably on the wrist. 8-stroke roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8-stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 2 accents. It's a 2-accent roll stroke.
Yeah. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Sorry.
Go the other way.
Again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it doesn't turn around. That's why I had to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it goes back and forth, right? It's just a single. It's what? Hand to hand. One way, and then the other way. So we don't have to turn it around. But starting the rolls with the hand that made the accent. It just keeps turning around.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, now you're reestablishing the singles as quarter notes. No. My bad. 16th notes.
So
This chart starts at 16th notes. Remember that feeling that you had in the air, playing in the air, turning evenly. Yeah, that's right. You can. I suggest you do that. Yeah. Beautiful. Now put that on the surface. Playing 16th notes. Now go to groups of 5. No. You got to play singles as groups of 5.
Oh.
We always establish the tempo before we go to doubles, and then after we finish doubles, we reestablish what the singles speed is.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Now, can you do that in the air? I mean, you're turning a lot lower now, just because you're a little faster. I mean, it's up to you, but decide on a height of turn.
3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
That into doubles.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're busted.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Okay, now. See? Okay. Now, you might think that this is just another Richard Wilson head trick, right? However, if you're on the drum set, I mean, I do this all the time. It's like, it's not fast enough. You know? Doing this, whatever speed I'm on the drum set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. This is too slow. If I want to go bang, bang, but it's too slow. Bah, bah, bah. See? Now it sounds like something that has some speed. And so you're going to use this on the drum set. If you start to play jazz, you'll find this is really helpful. Or if you're soloing with a rock band and you do want to do some cool stuff, and you're keeping the time, the accents are in the same place, but suddenly all the notes in between are really fast. What's he doing?
Very cool. And you need to feel 5/2. Maybe Murray didn't feel that way, but I do. So 5/2 is a classic kind of exercise that Dick would have you get your head around early on. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Now the double is going to start with one hand, and then the second note of the double will be with a click. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Don't play yet. Don't play yet. Don't play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Now it's back on the first note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Second note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. It's going to be on the first note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Second note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second note. Oh, it is. And what it does is it forces you to play time. You actually have to play even doubles so that it lands where it should relative to the metronome. Try it. It's a great exercise for you. Wherever I can bust you, it means that's the exercise you needed. Just stop when you get to the note on the second double. Right there. There you go.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to think that way right now.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
So check it out. Ref. Yeah. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So the one, Raph, to get your head around it, the one I have to think of what's actually happening here. The first double, the first note of the first double is the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1.
Hold on, let me think.
And the 1 will be on the second double of the same hand, if you have it right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Stop. No, just stop there. You did it. It's smart that you slowed it down. Do that again.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 1. No, count out loud. Clearly.
1, 2, 3.
No. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1.
1, 2, 3.
No. Play it slow. That was your idea, and it was really smart.
1,
2,
3, 4, 5, 1.
1. Just stop.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2.
No, you lost it. You lost it going the other way. Right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's going to be on the 1.
Right.
And so start over on the left.
Just a second. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
1,
2, 3, 4.
4. Now the 1 is going to start on the left on the first note. 3, 4. Now it's on the second note. 5, 2,
Right.
And then it'll go back.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2.
Oh, my bad. I may have gotten it right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You put the metronome on. That's it.
Good.
Yeah, it is good. Now that's almost at a point. It's slow, but if you have enough understanding, you get that to rebound. But one thing at a time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
8-stroke roll. At that speed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Say again.
8-stroke roll. At a certain point, you don't need to count anymore. That's your speed of your doubles. Kind of like the apex of the apotheosis, where you just trust in your own time. That's your new speed for doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 it could be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, couldn't it? There you go. No, we're going to play it. We're going to play it as Murray would prescribe. 5-stroke roll. Sorry, an 8-stroke roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm just going to think in duple. So stay with me. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Let's see, I slow down. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It could be 4. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. But I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe I'm not going to lose this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try. First, get the speed of the 5/2, which is already pretty advanced.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't go shoving the stick through the surface. It's the same air drumming thing. Don't lose this. This because you're doing something a little bit challenging conceptually.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suggest you count that way. This isn't counting the one hand. No, it's bata. No, Raph. Raph. It's not It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Here you go. Back to singles of 5s. Singles and 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count out loud. You're not turning as high anymore. You lost your turn, but you're not doing badly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, now go to 6. Please drive the turn.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
No. Count 6 right now. I think that's a good idea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Got it. Turn that into doubles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Easy, isn't it? Because it just keeps going back and forth. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you get that to rebound? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might be too slow. Hard for you. Right? It's not even yet. So keep it on wrist. Keep it on wrist. You're doing great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, at that speed, start to count that as duple.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3,
8-stroke roll.
3.
Remember, the accents come faster. The accents are the same speed as the doubles. No. Nope. You had it just until it's the same thing. This stroke, it can be played that other way, but Murray didn't write it out that way. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I don't know what tempo we are. It doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. See, I still have this turn going on. But now when it gets to the surface, I let it rock over the middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I'm going to count this as duple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 1 and a 2. Doubles are 16th notes typically, right? And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 7, 8 is as fast as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play 6. Doubles. Count is duple.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3.
16th notes, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and
1 and 2. 1
and 2 and 16th note, doubles.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Oh, you're counting triplets. It's 1 and we're counting duple. 1 and 2 and just like any roll stroke. You're taking the speed that was 6 and now turning it into thinking of it as 16th notes in 4/4. Kind of like apex of the apotheosis.
And the 1E and the 1E and the
Modulation.
1E and the 1E and the 1E and the 1E.
Sure. Count 1 and over and over. Fine. Now turn that. Now you can turn that into a roll stroke because you're counting 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's faster. The accents are the speed of the doubles. Da 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 bata.
Okay.
You got it. Bata. On the drum set, you could put those accents on cymbals. It would sound very cool. And people would know quite what you're doing, but you're just playing 4. At a certain point, you're always in 4. Right? Okay, now turn that into back to singles as 6. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
3, 7. You're banging your right hand. Keep them even. Air drilling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, don't do that. You can. Okay.
Well, that's what you've been telling me to do, man. You want me to go 7?
It's very good that you can do that, and that was with the other chart. But now that we're morphing 7 into doubles,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7 for 2.
1,
I think it's easier to just to count 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You really feel 7, don't you? See? Now you just turn that into doubles. Got speed.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No,
Okay, so we're going to be back into
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. It's the same as the 5. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Okay, then only that. Now what happens is the one, like in the 5, the 1 would be in the same hand. Right? It would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Now it's 7, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now it's the other hand. It's a little faster. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Then it's on the first note. And then it'll just like the 5, but it's just slightly different. If you need, slow it down and see if you can get it. Slow it down.
I think it is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Raph, it's a little bit sketchy. I think you'd agree. And it was your idea to slow it down. So I'm going with Raph. Just slow it down until you get your head around it.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1.
1. You gotta get to there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2,
1. Same hand. 1. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so it takes 4 turns basically to go back to normal.
Get it. Okay. Now, can you do that up to speed, or do you need to spend some time fiddling with it on your own? 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, you got it. As long as you keep really honestly counting and don't pretend to be counting. But it's going to be a little faster, isn't it, than what you're playing? And maybe you're not quite there where you can experience the accuracy that we're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. See how easy this is? I'm letting it rebound. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slow. 3, 4, 5, 6, let's see the turn. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I get to the surface, I let it rock through that 3-finger grip, landing on the middle finger. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 1, and a 1, and a 1, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An 8-stroke roll, and then you go back to counting groups of 7. And I think 7 is where I think we should stop at 7, but it starts to rebound. Yeah, you're with me on that? So you can play it on the wrist, right?
Bit tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can do it there, it's nothing. Yeah, you can play the wrist. You can play the wrist that fast.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And if you feel as though you can start to explore what I told you, the wrist turn and letting it rock over the middle finger with a 3-finger grip, you have to feel the stick, the moment of impact on the middle finger when you make contact with the surface. And you will get a rebound. You've got to have the keystone thumb lined up. It feels like there's kind of like a rod running through the middle of the thumb to the middle finger. So just play with that. But we scaled a mountain today. It's very good. Very good. Every time you hang out with me, you become more of a modern guy. Right? Yeah. So have fun with that stuff. And you can see how the apex of the apotheosis, it's fun to say, isn't it? Is connected in so many ways to so many things that are important about this technique and about playing drums on a high level. All right. Good job.
Thanks, Crabb.
You're welcome.